And you're probably thinking, what the hell is wrong with her? Her feet do not deserve these shoes. And you're absolutely right. That's what I thought as well. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you watch my other videos, then you probably noticed that I do a lot of handbag and clothing haul videos, as well as some skincare and makeup product reviews, and occasionally some hair care product reviews as well. But I never really talk about shoes. The reason is I have wide feet, which make it very difficult for me to find the perfectly suitable shoes that won't cause my feet any blisters, and I am accident prone. Let me give you a few examples. I could get randomly stepped on, or there could be some kind of puddle nearby and I get splashed by the puddle. Another reason I forgot to mention, which is the way that I walk puts a lot of unnecessary tension to the back of my heels, which cause the back to get worn down very quickly. This is a pair of sandals from a store called Aldo, which I purchased many years ago, and for the past 2 summers I have been wearing them very frequently. Look at the back of my shoes. Very damaged because of the way that I walk, but the rest of the shoe is perfectly fine. So yeah, because of these reasons, I don't spend too much money on shoes. I only own a few pairs, which I rotate throughout the year to pair with my outfits. Being extremely well aware of the problems with my feet and with these shoes, I still went ahead and got this. Let me show you a close-up of my Gucci loafers. Ding 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 ding. With some sound effects. I don't even need to find music today. My Gucci loafer. Let me take out these insoles and show you without them. Ah, my god, it's stuck! It's stuck! Oh, okay. Gucci, you see that Gucci? And I'll show you the back, because I have worn them out. So the back looks kind of gross now, but here it is, Gucci. To be honest, I've been eyeing these shoes for the longest time, because the design is so classic and timeless. And that is probably why a lot of other brands come out with cheaper versions. I was at one point even considering of purchasing the cheaper options, like the ones from Sam Edelman or Steve Madden. But everything changed when I started talking about these shoes with my 2 coworkers, who are also into designer products. They have purchased many pairs of designer shoes in the past. One of them has purchased the same pair of loafers, but in the color brown. I asked her what she thought of them, and she was like these were one of the most comfortable shoes she's ever owned. Because of what they said about the shoes, I was successfully convinced to go into the store to try out the shoes. I went with my coworker, who is a regular at that store, and she also has her own salesperson who serviced us. If it weren't for her, I probably wouldn't have gone into the store to try out the shoes, because I would have felt extremely intimidated by that kind of environment if I were to leave the store without purchasing anything. But yeah, I got to try out and found out that I was a size 36.5, and normally I'm actually a size 7. So I would say if you were to purchase these loafers, try to size down half a size. But I do think it also depends on the type that you get, because the loafer that I got is the, I think it's called the Brixton or something. This is where the back can be pressed down. It's like a, you see, like if it has this kind of line at the back, then that means you can step this down and turn it into a mule. So there are 2 ways to wearing these loafers, but I'm probably not going to step on these and turn it into a loafer because the leather is quite soft, and I feel like if I were to wear these as loafers, eventually they won't stand upright anymore. I know the real reason you're here is you want to know whether these shoes are worth your money. And yes, they are worth every single penny. Even though I got these shoes just a week ago and I've only worn these twice, I can already tell you how satisfied I am with these shoes. The first reason these shoes are so great is I did not need to break in these shoes. Typically, when I get a new pair of shoes, it takes me about 2 to 3 weeks of wear for me to officially break in them. And that comes with a lot of bleeding and blisters and band-aids. It's always an extremely painful period for me. Can you believe when I got a pair of Toms, like the kind that's entirely made of canvas, I still needed to break in to those? For these loafers, these loafers here. That didn't happen at all. The first time that I wore these to work, I had to walk around so much around the office, but I didn't feel pain anywhere. The leather was just so soft. It felt like a pair of shoes that I had been wearing for like 10 years or something, and my feet were already so used to it. And I was standing for most of the day. I didn't feel any pain. The only thing was, because the soles are made of leather, it was a little bit slippery at first, but the more that you walk, the more you'll get used to that feel of the leather sole. People suggested to add a rubber sole protector to protect these shoes, but I didn't do that. I was too excited to wear these, and I heard that Gucci will not repair the soles for you down the line because you have technically already destroyed the original pair of shoes. I did some research, and a lot of people said that leather sole feels different and feels better to walk on compared to rubber soles. I wanted to experience that. Like, I've already paid so much for these shoes, I want to be able to experience what it feels like to walk on leather sole. I want to enjoy wearing them without babying them. Another reason I love these shoes is they make my feet look much narrower than they actually are. Growing up, I've been pretty self-conscious about the width of my feet, and wearing things like flats don't make my feet look attractive. Nowadays, I tend to wear espadrilles and sneakers. They are really good at making my feet look thin. It goes all the way up to here, so then my foot would be like around here, and it just looks so slim from the front. But I have heard from other people that eventually the leather is going to collapse because of how soft it is, and it will kind of spread sideways. So I guess in half a year or so, I will do a follow-up video and show you what the wear and tear of these shoes are. Here's the thing. This is the Brixton loafer, which allows you to step down at the back and turn it into a mule. You can wear it two ways. There's also another model, which is called the Jordaan Loafer, which you cannot press down. So that means the back of the Jordaan Loafer is probably stiffer than these. That's something you should consider, because the softer the leather, the faster it's going to collapse, if you know what I mean. Like, it's going to kind of expand sideways the more that you wear it. The reason why I'm bringing this up is my coworker who owns the Jordaan loafers, she's typically a size 6.5, and she got 6.5 in the Jordaan loafers. So Jordaan loafer is true to size, but the Brixton loafer, because the leather is so soft, I think it has something to do with that, you should size down half a size. When she was trying out my shoes, it was a little bit loose for her. The front part, you can already see some creases, and these showed up after I wore them the first time, and I think that's bound to happen because of how soft the leather is. So that's something you should consider. I truly recommend these shoes to everyone because they are just so comfortable, and they are so timeless and classic. They add a very special but subtle touch to my outfits. I feel more sophisticated while wearing them. But the best thing of all is no one knows they're from a designer brand unless they're into this kind of luxury stuff. It's very low-key, and I feel like it's just perfect for the office setting. Because I only own one pair of these super nice shoes, so I'm probably just going to stick to wearing them in the office. If you have any questions on these shoes, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, remember to like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. I'll see you next time.